Hello, Libra, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we have a new moon that comes in on the 22nd. And of course, that's a good time for a fresh start, new beginning, good time to just start new projects or new work that you've been thinking about or make new decisions. We then have the waxing crescent energy for the rest of the week, and that's a really good time of heightened senses, a time to just kind of buckle down and get to work on those new things that you've just started, or just make plans as you're getting ready to do those starts. But it's just a good time to start to live up to those expectations and things and changes that you've been wanting to make. So please keep the moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading, Libra. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: a new start is coming. All right, Libra, let's see what you guys have going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button down there. It really helps my channel. And as a new YouTuber, I really do appreciate that. And it is super easy for you to do. So I will give you just a moment to subscribe right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see returning faces, and I just want to say that I do appreciate you. And I hope you're getting something out of the readings, of course, which is why I do it. So thanks so much. All right, Libra, September 21st through the 27th. A new start is coming. Let's see what you guys have going on this week. There we go, the World card. So your present energy is that you're sitting in a place of really good, just perfect balance. This is, this is the end of the major arcana. The end of the fool's journey is when you're just in a place where things are great. You're in just good harmony and unity with things. You've got, you're kind of just wrapping up something that has been a journey for you, and you're just sitting in a good, nice, balanced place. Which, if a new start is coming, you've just come to the perfect ending. So that's pretty awesome there. The current situation is, yeah, a card of endings. So, the Ten of Swords is just something that it just indicates that you're done with something and you are rebooting. It's just another card of endings. So something that you have wrapped up, it could be even something very mental, something that was very taxing and stressing for you, and you're just done with it. And now we're going to set off into a new way of being. So I love that. At the root of your situation is the Death card. Wow, look, these are just three cards now of ending. So this is a pretty big ending for you. For some of you, this could be the death of someone. It could be that. The death card doesn't always mean that, but of course we have to consider that. So that sort of ending where, anytime you have a death anywhere, that's close to you, friend or family, it does change your life in a way that it's different the next day. The world is different when there's someone out there that you miss that is not in it anymore. So so that is one thing to consider. But the other thing is, just for some of you, it could be the end of a relationship, the end of a job, that you're moving across the country. I mean, there's so many different ways in which, these endings come about, but we have three cards of endings right here. So whatever it is, it's pretty significant. It's not, it's not a small ending. This is going to be a pretty big ending for you, Libra, this week. Let's see, what is the recent past is the High Priestess. So, this is our card of mystery and our subconscious and intuition. So, whatever this ending, I feel like you kind of knew it was coming. It's not a really big surprise for you. You've been feeling it for a while. You might have just finally, literally put the nail in the coffin, like, I'm done. But yeah, you're just coming out of a place where you just kind of felt that this was going to happen, and I for some of you, it might be that your business just closed down, the company that you work for, gone. So, you're going to have to pick up the pieces. You've got a new start, And sometimes that's a good thing. And sometimes when you're in it, of course, it's very hard to say, "Oh, this is awesome that this ending is happening," especially if it is something traumatic or um, just a big pain in the butt. Sometimes, though, like get yourself through it because many times you'll look back in a few months and you're like, thank God that thing happened because I'm in such a better place right now. So sometimes just getting through the difficulty of big life changes like that. What's on your mind this week is the Knight of Swords. So this is something that appears to happen very quickly. And it's kind of a jolt for you. It's not even though I feel like you did, you had a feeling that things might come, it was like you didn't really make preparations, or it's almost like you didn't believe that it would really happen. And now that it's happening, it happened so quickly that, that it's just having a bigger effect. But again, a new start is coming and it's definitely ending, but I feel like it comes in quick, very, very quickly. What is just ahead of you this week is the Devil card. I mean, you're just going to have to sort all of this out. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot that you have going on, Libra. Um, Very interesting though. So ahead of you is now you're in the middle of all of this emotional stress, and here stands the devil with all of these false truths and fears, and fear of success, fear of failure, with things. This could be, some of you may want to turn to something, like a dependency type thing to just get through this. And I'm just going to say that could be out there for you. And so be very careful about that. But I feel like this is really more of, they say that when you go through something major, don't make big decisions, just kind of lay low. And I think that's probably the best advice that I could give you this week is don't let this devil tempt you and taunt you in this time when you're just trying to catch your breath from this ending. And don't let false truths and things get in your way, and your mindset, because your mindset's probably a little darker than usual. So you don't want to be making big decisions. It's just not a good time. There's too many things going on, and no one should be forcing you to make big new decisions. It's life. You have a little time, even if it's an abrupt change like a job. You have some time in front of you to get it figured out. So no big decisions this week because of that devil card. Really, in your advice position is, wow, another ending. What is going on here? Libra. I mean, a new start is coming, so hang in there. But look at this. Now we've got two tens coming out. Your advice is to give it that one last push. And again, don't do a lot. There's nothing here about, this is more just about accepting this ending than it is moving on to a new beginning yet. But we've got just so many cards of endings here, that it's really, I've never seen a reading like this. It's really crazy. Um, but it is a certain message, right? What is beyond your control this week is the Ace of Swords. So, we've got a lot of swords coming in with these major arcana cards in these 10. So, what's the swords? The Ace of Swords is a mental breakthrough, where you have an aha moment and you go, oh, okay. So let that come to you. Don't make big decisions, but that may come to you, that you know what the solution is. We're probably not going to do anything about it, but it's okay to think about it. It's okay to think that you have the solution and at least let your mind start to go there. But again, don't make any big decisions this week. Just get through this week emotionally, because I feel like it's a lot. It's very heavy. I just feel the heaviness with all of these things ending. It is completely a new start. It's a new path for you, and you're going to have to think it through, but we don't have to make big decisions just quite yet. What is your secret desire? What you're trying to avoid is the Lover's card. Interesting. Interesting. Secret desire. Is this a breakup for some of you? Probably. Is this meeting a new person for some of you? Probably. I feel like both situations, because this is in secret desire or trying to avoid, it could be both. And either is fine, whichever way you're headed. But if for some of you, this is the end of a line on a relationship, you're just going to have to cut your losses, and that's the way it is, and live and learn, and you're going to have to move on, but don't make big decisions yet, right? You can sit in that ending and let yourself feel it and get over it before, like I said, even if you have new ideas of, oh, well, this is my new situation, time to start making, don't make any plans this week. Just go ahead and get yourself through it. For some of you, this could be the death of a partner, which is insane. And I'm so sorry if that is something, where you're divided not by choice, but because of what has happened. So that is what it is for you. You're going to have to manage that. Again, we're not going to make big decisions. For some of you, it could be that some huge change that seems very detrimental has put you right in front of a new partner, okay, and someone that you meet out of this crazy situation and this crazy week that you're going through. That is like, because of the situation, again, sometimes you get further down the line and you think, well, it's so great that thing happened because I met this person. So that'll be the case for some of you as well. And your outcome position is the Queen of Wands. So what does this mean? Because this is in your outcome, I feel like it just means just sit. Again, you're not going to make big decisions, but you do have an understanding of what drives you and what lights a fire under you in the morning, and what those things are and those gifts that you have. I don't think we're going to use them this week, but that's kind of your card of hope. Like, who you are, what drives you, and eventually once you get through all of this, you're going to get back to, and you probably, again, there's probably an idea that even comes into you this week of like how you want to move forward, what this new start is for you, and that you're going to do it with even more passion because of what you've just been through, if that makes sense. So let's see what's hidden from you this week, Libra. Yeah, it's celebration. I'm not shocked that this is, because I just feel like it is kind of a dark week. It's a dark, very internal, very, you're going through a lot of this. Some of this, again, might be with a partner, because I'm seeing both of these cards that involve partners. The lovers and the devil card. Look how similar they are with those partners. So interesting that those are both appearing, and that it is a new start. Like I said, for some of you, this will be a breakup type situation. It could be a death situation for some reason, or it could be that there is some sort of abrupt change that puts you in the place of a new person that you meet. I hope that makes sense. It could be either or. And you just need to get through this week. Again, no big decisions. Just let yourself feel what's going on, because it does seem like a lot emotionally. And how you can move forward in the future. Like I said, this idea may come to you this week. Just write it down, put it in a journal, and you can start to act on things next week after you get through this, because you have enough fire and passion to do that. It's going to be a new start. It may not, life next month may not look like life did this month. So take a breath, get through it, feel everything, and then you're going to have a new start. Let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says for you. Live from your spirit. There's that Queen of Wands. You want to do the things that you are driven to do. What are the things that inspire you, and the things that make you, what are you passionate about? And whatever big changes you're making, those are the things that are going to guide you on how to make those decisions, right? All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Libra, as they have kind of a dark week. Okay, we've got two cards coming out, and we'll take both of these. So the first card that comes out, self-worth. All right, and this card says, why settle for crumbs when you deserve a whole meal? So we're not settling for crumbs this week. The other card is needs. And there's, kind of a clock on here, someone floating around in the pool. Do you need more time to yourself? A break from thinking too much? These two cards. A kind encounter with a friend. Your needs matter, and it's time to honor them. So those are two pretty powerful self-worth cards, What are your needs, and love yourself and take care of yourself. And yeah, you deserve more than crumbs. You deserve the whole cake, and you are passionate enough to have that. So Libra, whatever is going on this week, I wish you the best of luck. It is a big ending, but again, a new start is coming. So with all endings come a new start. Sometimes it is hard to see when you're in it, especially if you're just in the thick of it and it's hard and whatever's going on, but new starts do come out of things that seem awful in the moment. So my heart goes out to you. I hope you can get through this week just fine. Come back next week. We'll see if this energy moves on to the next thing, the next part of the story. I really hope it does. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a message down below. Let me know what it is you're going through, or if you have any questions about this reading, I'd be happy to answer this for you as well. And of course, big internet hugs to you, because it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a rough week, but you're going to get through it and get out on the other side and get somewhere where you're clear of mind and definitely living in a more passionate manner in a way that you enjoy. So, Libra, best of luck with all of this, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.